Welcome to the Sojourn Wealth Management Podcast. My name is Jeff Bronner, and I'm joined by Andrew Kraft and Corey Akins. Today we have a very special episode of the Sojourn Wealth Management Podcast for our listeners. We're going to be talking about something that everybody wants to hear about: standard deviation, kurtosis, the beta of your portfolio, and everything else investment related.
Jeff, nobody wants to talk about standard deviation. We want to talk about the Vols.
It's week one of college football. And that's going to be the topic of our episode today.
That it is. So it's hard to believe it's actually here. I mean, I always kind of get to the summer and I'm like, man, 8 more weeks. And then it kind of slowly creeps up. And it's like, okay, now we're a couple days away. Man, I'm excited. I'm super excited.
For college football fans, it is. And what a great week for it, too. Like, yes. I feel like Monday morning this week, like it was, boom, fall weather, cool, crisp morning. The evenings felt better. College football is in the air.
Yeah, it felt like fall. Yeah. Like on the way to work this morning, past couple mornings, it's been like a chill is in the air, right? Like it's 50, 60 degrees. That's the best.
So why are we doing this episode? Well, we all love college football. Our firm does a lot of work in college athletics. We've talked about that on previous episodes. So we thought we'd take an episode just to talk about something fun, college football.
Talk about a very dear and near thing to all of us, right?
And avoid kurtosis.
That's it.
Yeah, nobody wants to talk about standard deviation.
Hopefully
right?
People made it through the intro of the podcast.
Yes.
Before switching off.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Man. Okay, so Texas has got Andrew, if people don't know, tell them about your Texas roots and how much you love them.
Well, so I'm a big UT fan.
Okay.
So I'm a Texas X.
Yeah,
so
means Texas there.
I went to Texas. Well, I'm also Tennessee. That's my adopted team. You know, there's several teams. You know, we can talk about teams that we follow, but you know, where your money is, or your heart is also. So Liberty Flames, they're also a team I follow because got some sons there.
And that's Jamie Chadwell's lead. Anderson County's own Jamie Chadwell.
There's some connections here. Yep. They also had a couple of years ago, they had a quarterback who was a brief time of all, and then went to Liberty.
What was that guy's name?
Caden Salter.
Yeah. Okay.
He led them on a pretty good season 2 seasons ago. So hopefully Chadwell will kind of roll that back and get a good season. But yeah, so Texas and Tennessee, big Vols fan since moving here in 06, the year after Texas won the national champion.
You were at the Rose Bowl game where Vince Young led him down the field with 1 minute and 38 seconds left, right?
I was. That was a good game. That was
probably the best college football game of all time.
Wow. Corey saying that is something. Are you joking?
I remember where I was. No, I remember where I was when I watched that game. I was on the couch. Well, I mean, obviously I was like 12 years old, so I was probably at home, right? so
on the couch in my home, so watching TV.
Yeah, I was on the couch in my home, which is like where I spent like 90% of my time. But when USC scored to go up, what was it, like 12 or 13? And there was 5.5 minutes left. I was like, oh, it's over. Because back in that time, you didn't score in under 2 minutes, like what we're used to now, right? Like you actually, like 10 play drives in 5 minutes was a pretty efficient way to score. Yeah. And so I remember watching that. And when Lindell White got stuffed on 4th and 1, I mean,
it was beautiful.
Sorry, not to rabbit trail, but
and just the fact that Vince beat 2 Heisman Trophy winners kind of validated
a legend.
The
Heisman Trophy.
The one
I guess Reggie Bush got
it back, right?
Yeah,
he
got it back
in the Heisman house, I think. But yeah. So I'm back on the Heisman train because the front runner is a name near and dear to many of our listeners, I think.
That's right.
A Manning is the
so when he comes in second, like everybody else in his family, then what? What are you going to do? We'll say, get on in. The water's warm. I mean, because that's what they do to Mannings, right? If I'm not mistaken, Archie Manning, Peyton, and Eli all either came in second or third, right?
Oh, man.
So,
unfortunate.
sorry, Arch.
But yeah,
Maybe
excited
not
about
this
the season. I mean, and not all of our listeners are college football fans.
Yeah.
Right. And so we also just love fall in general.
Yeah.
Right. The leaves turning, the crisp air, the pumpkin.
Putting your tree up on
everything.
November 1st for Christmas.
What? Maybe for our non-football listeners, maybe we just take a second. What's your favorite fall tradition?
Watching football.
I was so hoping you would take that, Corey, and run with it.
I mean, when I think about fall in East Tennessee, that's what I like. That's what I think about.
So Corey, Andrew, big UT fan, different shades of orange. Corey, I know that you have some family ties to different parts of the SEC. You want to talk about your teams?
Well, so let me be very blunt. Tennessee is my team. Okay. I have a soft spot for Ole Miss. My grandfather played baseball there. My grandmother went there. A lot of people in my family went there. So it got real weird when Lane Kiffin went there. It was not as easy to cheer for them. But I mean, so yeah, I have a soft spot for Ole Miss. Been down there, seen some games. If you've never been to Oxford and to the Grove to tailgate, it is second to none. It is the best tailgating experience you will ever have. I mean, it's fun. So that's my tidbit. Yeah, I like Ole Miss. Mississippi State, my dad's from around that area, but mainly Tennessee. What about you, Jeff? Ohio State, being a Midwestern guy?
No. I'm not a fan of Ohio State. Love Tennessee. Grew up in Knoxville.
So pulling for Texas this weekend.
Well, yes. Well, so Tennessee, that's my mainstay. That's my Go Vols 100%. If I
went to Tennessee twice.
Went to Tennessee twice. Yeah, I go Big Orange.
GBO.
That's the extent of my committed college football loyalty. But as my dad helpfully advised me, my wife's from Texas. She has a lot of family in Texas. Her grandpa is a huge Texas Longhorns fan. So we would go back and forth about who's the real UTO.
And you're enrolled at Texas, right?
That is correct. I'm currently enrolled at Texas, the University of Texas, for my CFP. So I actually chose Texas to, pay homage to her grandfather and give a little love there. So, yeah. I had
hook 'em. Give me one of those.
Hook 'em. My dad goes,
all right.
There was a couple, so it was slow growing. My affection for Texas, it was slow growing. So initially, I was kind of like dogging them a little bit, and then I was like, there's not a lot of conflicting loyalty there with Tennessee. There's
a natural symbiotic relationship.
That's right.
Sam Houston and Davy Crockett.
That's right. It's very compatible. If you're going to have two teams you root for, Tennessee and Texas are very compatible.
Totally.
And so eventually my dad was like, Jeffrey, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with liking Texas. That's your team-in-law.
Team-in-law.
And so I was like, so that's been my old adage for
and
Texas.
for you Tennessee guys, I'll let you know that in 7th grade we have Texas history. So in your minds, you could think that all Texas school children have a full year studying Tennessee people, right? Like, I mean, it's just kidding, but that's a big part.
But kind of.
We get a unit in there. There's like 2 weeks of Davy Crockett.
Yeah, Sam Houston's a big part of that, but yeah. So
that's
Tennessee, cool. Texas, Liberty, those are kind of my three that I watch. But I also just love the Blue Bloods. So like tonight, Nebraska still trying to kind of get back to their glory days. Pulling for the Huskers tonight. And then just good solid teams of except Oklahoma. I want them to never be good again.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
I don't think they will be good again. I have a friend who's
at least anytime soon.
Yeah. He was talking about OU stealing a commit from Tennessee, and he's going to be like 2027, and I'm like, I wouldn't bank on too far out. I mean, just
brick
frankly,
by brick,
I don't think
building the program.
I just don't think OU's going to have a super great year this year. And you hope they don't, right?
I hope they don't,
because you're a Texas fan.
I think we're all in mutual agreement there. But that's the thing about college football, and that's what we love about it, right?
Yes,
is it's really, you can't predict it. We're going to throw a lot of things out there this episode, but there's just so much unpredictability with the sport. And that's what makes it so beautiful.
Week to week, yep.
So to cap off, Andrew, you said Tennessee, Texas,
Liberty.
Liberty.
Gotta say Liberty.
And
Tennessee,
Liberty.
Texas, Liberty.
Corey, for you, Ole Miss is there's family ties there.
Yeah, Ole Miss, Tennessee is number one. I mean, I don't really have any schools outside of that.
Everybody has school. You mentioned OU. Everybody has schools that they absolutely loathe. Though you have your favorite schools, and then you have the schools you loathe. So Corey gives me a hard time from a lot of my family's from Ohio, and so there's Ohio State fans, but I cannot stand Ohio State. And my least favorite game of the year is the Ohio State-Michigan game because I don't know who to like. I'm cheering for both of them to lose in that game because I just yeah.
I always cheer for Michigan in that game.
Michigan, yeah,
always.
I had a good friend who was a big Michigan fan, and I always just give him such a hard time, but just obnoxious. Like my experience of Michigan fans is in the context of people who love Ohio State.
Well, isn't it interesting too? Like Ohio State won the national championship last year,
but they got beat
going away. Yeah, but they lose to Michigan the week before the basically postseason play starts. It's just crazy. You never know what's going to happen in rivalry games.
That's right.
And speaking of Michigan and the Heisman, which we talked about earlier, I'm surprised you have any sense of fondness for Michigan.
I mean, Ohio State sucks, man.
They're just
they are really awful.
Or less worse.
I mean, yeah, but I think anybody who thinks critically can see that was ridiculous.
And I guess just a little backstory. Yeah. Peyton Manning probably should have won the Heisman that year, but I think the Heisman committee wanted to give it to some different two-way, off, and so was he a wide receiver, kick returner, defensive back? Like he kind of did everything.
Yeah,
he was a really good.
Not to the extent Travis Hunter was, I don't think, but he was. Charles Woodson was okay.
Okay.
I mean, who had the better NFL career?
Well, I think Peyton. I'm not saying Peyton shouldn't have won it.
No, I know.
Yeah. All right.
Just all the naysayers out there who will argue and comment.
Yeah.
So on that topic, who do y'all think? Who's your number one contender for the Heisman this year?
Arch Manning.
DJ Lagway. I think DJ Lagway is probably, if he stays healthy, will be a problem at Florida.
He's a good athlete.
He's a great athlete, man.
Undeniable.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I don't know that do you think that Arch Manning is going to slide in and have as good of success as, who was the kid with the mullet that went there?
QE3.
QE3?
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to be better than him?
I do.
You do?
Yeah. So the running back is a huge component of a quarterback having success, right? And so this stud that got hurt last year and didn't play is back and healthy, and so looking forward to seeing CJ Baxter carry the pill.
When did he get hurt last year? Early, right?
Spring.
Yeah.
He was out for the whole season.
Yeah. Part of it, too, is I think that, when you talk about program building, mentioning the tragedies with OU and all of that, I feel like the opposite's going on with Texas. I feel like Sark's really he's established a program identity, and now there's, the dynasty quarterback, so to speak, who's stepping in, grabbing the reins. And I didn't know about CJ Baxter, but you're right that's a huge component of what makes because if you have the dual threat, both from a footwork standpoint, but then, Arch Manning being proficient in the air,
So we'll see.
Arch can also run.
Yeah, that's what I meant by it.
So it opens up the, him being able to, and Sark likes to run a similar style of offense to, the Tennessee. I wouldn't be super similar to Tennessee, but kind of in that same vein of giving the quarterback some options, and they used him a lot last year to run.
Yeah.
And so I would not be surprised if they did that same thing this year.
I'd be curious how the game plan changes though, because he was the backup last year, right? And so using him as this kind of wildcat type is a little bit different than him being QB1.
Yeah, because you don't want to run the QB1 that often. We learned that against Alabama when they ran Colt McCoy, and he got tagged by the right defensive end and was out for the championship game. All right, let's move on to a different topic.
So I'm with you, Andrew. I think Arch Manning's going to be the Heisman winner this year. That's my estimation. But again, who knows by the end of the year what's going to happen. National championship, week 1. Who do you guys think is going to take it?
Tennessee. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not a homer. Oh, man.
You are too.
I am not a homer.
Can we get Rocky Top playing again?
Man, I think, I don't know. Oregon's good. I think, Ohio State pending just good quarterback play. I don't know, man.
This weekend's going to, like, Texas-Ohio State game will depend. I think it's like whoever wins that, that's the front runner.
Yeah. It's almost like you don't want to put something out there too quickly because then week one's going to decimate
Then it gets clipped and thrown in your face. My friends are like, Corey, remember when you said that this team was going to win the national championship and they didn't even make the playoff? No, I think Oregon will be there at the end. If I had to say one team though, man, I would go with Texas probably.
Mm-hmm.
I would go with Texas just because lots of returners. They do have a good quarterback, and they have a good quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because he played last year a lot. Everybody else is kind of untested. You don't know what Georgia's going to do.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of know what Clemson's going to do with Cade Klubnik, but you've kind of seen what Cade Klubnik can do. Ohio State, you don't know. Penn State, they'll get there, and then they'll do what Penn State does.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think Texas.
It's kind of funny. Some of the programs that are perennial contenders, I don't feel like it's so much the case this year. Like Alabama's is up there in the odds, but not quite as much as we would expect them to be. Similar to what you were saying, Corey, they're pretty untested. Who is their QB1 going into?
Ty Simpson. You don't know what you're going to get there either, right? Like Kalen DeBoer, second year,
good coach though.
Who knows? Yeah,
man.
And Georgia's always like there's just a lot of. I don't know. I feel like the landscape of college football has changed quite a bit over the last couple of years with transfer portal and everything like that. It feels like things almost reset every year, so it is kind of hard to put one out there. I'll say Texas though.
Quarterbacks around.
I'll say Texas for the same reason. I think Arch Manning's going to win the Heisman. I think they have the wind in their sails. I think they have a good momentum, and I think week one's going to. I think they're going to set a tone in Columbus that's going to maintain.
Well, if Arch Manning wins the Heisman, they had a national championship worthy season.
Yeah.
To go through the schedule they did, and if he does win the Heisman, like they're going to be probably the best team in college football.
Mm-hmm.
That would be nice.
So, who do you pick, Andrew?
I guess I agree with you two guys. Although speaking of quarterbacks, though, I like he seems to be a pretty known quantity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Manning, bloodline, played some last year,
royalty,
but royalty. But I am actually excited to see Tennessee's quarterback.
Yes.
He seems like not just a man of character.
Yeah.
But just I love the gamer who just grinds, works hard, comes up through like a junior college or Division III.
Yeah, JUCO.
JUCO first.
He took a break and then he went back to JUCO and then he got to App State and then
And then just the whole beautiful swap from UCLA. I'm like, man, I want him to succeed so much.
I don't know if y'all are like me, but like the last couple of weeks, there's all these college football hype videos, and so you're watching the press releases and these different things from your teams and whatnot. And I was watching. I have if anybody's out there looking for a branding idea for Joey Aguilar, I refer to Joey Aguilar as Joey the Agile Jaguar Aguilar, QB1 for the Tennessee Volunteers.
It rolls right off the tongue.
It does. Yeah. I'm going to get some T-shirts made.
Jaguar of Knoxville should sponsor.
That's a brilliant idea. We need to coordinate that.
And that would be
trademark, by the way, if that works out. But that whole dynamic, he was doing some interviews and he gives glory to Christ, and I just appreciate his humility and like the story, like you're talking about, Andrew, is just cool. So while we haven't mentioned Tennessee as far as national championship contenders, and we haven't even talked about the SEC championship yet, what a cool opportunity for a program, though, with all of the drama that's gone on in the offseason, for them to come in and do something. I think everybody's expecting something like 8-4, 9-3.
No way.
That's been a lot of the
really,
yeah.
I think they're only going to lose 2 games.
That's my estimation.
To who? Yeah,
I'm going to say Georgia and Alabama. I know you're a big DJ fan. Lagway fan, but
I mean, wait, I'm not a DJ Lagway fan. I just
let me restate. Yeah, you're not. You respect his ability.
yes, I think he is.
and I
He's really good.
Yeah. I think those are the danger games.
I think we lose to Georgia. I think we beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa, and I think they make them play Dixieland Delight after we beat them.
That'd be so nice.
Can somebody explain that to me? Why Alabama plays a song about Tennessee at their stadium? If any of the Alabama fans who listen to our podcast,
feel free to comment, like, and subscribe.
Because our lines are open right now. So call in and let us know what you think.
Sorry,
there was a tangent there with Joe Aguilar and the whole setting of the Tennessee season, but
back to your question about the SEC championship,
yeah.
I think Tennessee could get there, if Joey plays like I think he can play. So
all he's got to do is hit a couple deep balls.
That's it. Just
know,
score some points.
The deep balls are there,
so
they are open. When
you talk about the thing I'm excited the most for this year is one of my, I don't know if you guys keep up with recruiting or anything like that, but I've loved watching Mike Matthews develop since he got recruited, and he got a couple of touches last year. I think he's like my breakout player for this year to watch and to see, and I'm hoping that he and Joey have some chemistry. Chris Brazzell too. I think we have, and even a Boo Carter. You mentioned Travis Hunter and just like the two-way nature of athletes now. I think Boo Carter could have a good presence on the field, and all that to say, I think there's some cool potential. So, I'm still backing my Vols.
I think Deshaun Bishop's going to have a great year, and Peyton Lewis. I think they'll both be good.
Bishop, good. The Beaver, right?
He is from Carnes, yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's another kind of cool story, because if I recall, he was a walk-on first, or maybe I
don't think he was a walk-on.
He wasn't a walk-on? Okay.
He has the most, attempts in, I think, Carnes, and I know for sure Carnes history, but, he had, a crazy amount of rushing attempts in high school, so just a workhorse guy.
Yeah.
Workhorse. So I think he'll play very well this year.
Hometown guys go to Tennessee.
Yeah.
So, all right, so I'm thinking they lose 2. What are y'all thinking?
I think they go 9-3.
I had sent my dad and I were texting about it, and I was saying, for my dad, I exasperate him with my overblown UT optimism. I'm like, we're getting the Natty, we're getting the Heisman and all that stuff. But it's more of a character that I'm playing. But I think I told him, here's my rational, you'll get my uncut, all the stuff set aside. I think we'll go 9-3 this year. I think Georgia and Alabama will be tough games, and I think there's just a couple toss-ups with whether it be Florida if DJ Lagway really is performing well.
The great thing is we get Florida at the end of the year this year rather than early.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at the rest of someone could jump up and get us. Maybe Mississippi State's good,
We're not losing to Mississippi State.
I don't see us.
I didn't think we'd lose to Arkansas last year. So that's my thing. Is I'm kind of hedging a little bit. 10-2 would be my. That's what I expect.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
We're not losing to Arkansas. We're definitely not losing to Kentucky.
Those are strong words.
We're not losing to Oklahoma.
I'm going to save this particular section. If anything happens, and if we go undefeated, I'll save it.
Matter of fact, I don't know that we're losing at all. Typical Tennessee fan.
I do think that the Georgia game for me is an interesting question because.
Well, you don't know what they're going to get from quarterback either,
right?
They're just
tried and true. The one experience I remember from Hunter Stockton is one of the Texas middle linebackers. I don't know who it was, but absolutely took his head off. I mean, that was one of the most violent hits I've ever seen. And then I'm pretty sure he finished the game, which
that's
commendable.
The game, yes.
Because I know that he had 2 or 3 concussions after that hit.
Is he in Miami? What happened to him?
Carson Beck.
Carson Beck's it. Yeah.
Right. And that's so much fun, or what is so fun about college football is you can think, okay, 9-3, 10-2, But then when you look at the schedule and you're like, okay, that's a win, that's a win, that's a win. Hey, they're 12-0. You know what I mean? Like,
This is easy.
yeah.
You just, yeah. No, yeah, it's.
I think we're gonna, I think we probably lose a couple early, getting our kind of legs under us, and then we win going away, make the 12 team. It's still 12 teams, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Put 12 team playoff.
Yeah.
So kind of changing gears a little bit. Talked a lot about Tennessee. What are the 3 games you guys are most looking forward to this year?
Easy for me. This weekend, Texas, Ohio State. Man, I'm
That's a
not
good
sure I can
one.
stop at 3 because
That's a good one.
Texas OU and the Cotton Bowl is
Mhm.
always great. Texas A&M at home. When we went to Kyle Field last year and beat them, I'd like to beat them again. But then the Tennessee Oklahoma. Like I that's again a blue blood coming to town. Love
And the
to see
last time
Tennessee
they were
whoop
here,
'em.
that was the game that Baker Mayfield
Did well.
became Baker Mayfield. I was at that game that we should have won, and we did not. So maybe some revenge there.
That would be nice.
That would be nice.
So those are some of the big games.
I'm always Tennessee, Alabama.
Mhm.
That's for me. That's the biggest game of the year, no matter what. But Texas, Ohio State. It's in Ohio State.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. At least it's not cold.
At CBUS. Yeah, it could
I mean,
be.
man, it could be. I guess. Yeah. I mean, it gets cold quick up there. But them, I don't know. Who else? I think Alabama, Florida State. Alabama's going to beat them bad. LSU and Clemson. That'll be a good game. So, those are my 3, I guess. LSU, Tennessee, Alabama, Texas, Ohio State.
I'm there with you on.
Holy Cross, Northern Illinois. Not really.
That's number 4. Honorable mention.
Honorable mention there.
So-
Yeah.
Tennessee, Alabama. I mean, I'm right there with you, Corey. And there's a lot of debate. I think cross-generational debates about what's Tennessee's biggest rivalry. I'm with
It's
you with
Alabama.
Tennessee and Alabama.
It's Alabama.
It's just and my grandpa's a big Alabama fan.
Is he really?
Yeah, he was huge Bear Bryant fan. So he's
Not
Okay.
just liked Bear Bryant.
he just liked his coaching style, his
Really?
leadership. Just
He was a pretty good coach.
Yeah.
And
so he's been a long-term fan.
you can't say he wasn't a good coach.
I mean, it's okay.
I got a sad text when Saban retired. I texted him and I was like, "Grandpa, I'm so sorry to hear about
Sorry for your loss."
Nick Saban retiring," and he hadn't heard yet.
Oh,
So I had broke the news.
He
to
immediately
him.
called you.
yeah.
And
What are you
so
talking about?
I then got a follow-up text and a group message with my dad and some of his brothers, just like saying,
Who made
essentially,
Grandpa sad?
memorializing Nick Saban. But I love that because I love kind of texting him, or if we're in town together, getting to watch that game together, and it's just a fun rivalry.
So that brings up a conversation I was having with one of my boys. The big rivalries of Tennessee going to the schedule change next year. Who will be Tennessee's 3 permanent opponents? So
Alabama's got to be one.
all right, Alabama. Who else you say?
Vanderbilt.
Yeah,
Vanderbilt and
I think Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Beer barrel game.
That's what I was saying, but my son was adamant it would be Florida, and you can understand like that younger generation. That's been kind of the deal. But
Didn't you say he got maybe a little emotional?
he was adamant. That's the word I used, that it's going to be Florida. But yeah, that'll be a fun schedule when that comes out.
Yeah.
You think it'll come out before the end of the season? They give that next year? No.
It'll be spring probably next year when they're all down there playing golf in the Florida sun. Isn't that when they typically do it for spring SEC
They just get
meetings
the
or
roulette
whatever?
wheel and
Yeah. Yeah. No, Tennessee or Alabama, Vanderbilt, and Kentucky, I think, is probably the best bet for them. What about Texas, OU, Arkansas, A&M?
Yeah, it should be the 3.
That's cool.
And then are they going to expand the playoff field? Did they already decide that or no?
I don't know.
Staying at 12?
I think they
it's
might.
just going to exponentially grow. It's going to multiply by itself every year.
It's going to be like basketball.
Yeah.
64 teams.
Yeah.
And you got to play.
National
like a
championships
week-
in March.
A game
Yeah.
a week.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
actually, March Madness is just one conglomerate of
Yeah.
both basketball and football.
That's right.
That would be hilarious.
Wow.
So Yeah, so Tennessee, Alabama, and then I would say after Tennessee, Alabama, Texas, Ohio State. So right off the bat, we're diving in. That's a huge game for me.
Michigan,
that's
Oklahoma is the following week, too. I forgot to mention that one. That's a big game.
That is.
November 15th is a big day.
What's that?
That's when Texas goes to Georgia.
Oh, wow. Texas is playing Georgia as well this year? Goodness gracious.
But also a not necessarily a game I'm going to be rooting for anybody in, but one that I'm excited to see because I hope it's a repeat of what happened last time, and that's UCLA going to Ohio State on November 15th.
Just totally objective, just wanting to see good football.
Yeah.
Nothing else in mind there. Yep. Same.
I think it's going to be worse than what we saw.
I think UCLA will have a few new eyeballs on them this year. Just keeping up with them. Yeah. Just watching for the fun of it, for the love of the sport.
Yep.
So that's not a game that I'm necessarily looking forward to so much as I am.
Yeah.
It's marked on the calendar.
That's a tough conference going from the West Coast all the way. I mean, I think it's
in
2 time
November.
zones. That's gonna be interesting. But
no.
Yeah. That'll be interesting.
And then I heard, I think it was today I read that both the Big Ten and the SEC are looking at North Carolina and Virginia for future expansion. Did y'all see that in the paper? Yeah.
I did not know that.
North Carolina and Virginia. Why wouldn't Clemson and Florida State want to come over?
I'm not saying they don't want to come over. I'm just saying that's what was reported.
Okay.
I have no idea.
But
Interesting.
that is interesting.
Cool.
Big Ten's trying to have an entire North American footprint.
The Big 40.
All right, so maybe to wrap the episode up, well, I know that typically through college football season when we're meeting together for just regular business and whatnot, we typically throw some scores up there, give some score predictions for what we anticipate. So maybe we do Texas, Ohio State, and then we do Tennessee, Syracuse. What are your guys' numbers?
Man.
So we're going Texas, Ohio State, and Tennessee.
We can do other games too. But
Okay, those two are fine. I think that's good. Andrew, lead us off.
Ooh, so I think Texas will come out strong. It's a noon game, right? It's not too cold. Hopefully, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say 28-21 Texas.
Longhorns in the shoe.
Yep.
Okay, what about you, Jeff?
24-14.
Longhorns?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I've kind of gone back and forth, but
I'm going to break y'all's hearts. Go ahead. Sorry, Jeff. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know how much production.
Can you put him on mute before we break it?
We don't have to belabor the point. I can't decide whether or not it's going to be a defensive game or an offensive game. And I'm thinking it'll be probably more defensive.
Yeah. I think it's just going to be a tough place to play.
Yeah.
Especially your first start. Well, I mean, he technically had a start last year, but I mean, he's the guy.
What a way to start, though.
Right. So I think Ohio State kind of jumps on him early, and I think they probably win 27-24 late. But I still think Texas runs the table afterward, wins a national championship.
Start down, but rise from the ashes.
Yeah. I think they lose one there.
Square back off with Ohio State.
Maybe,
in the playoff. That would be cool.
Get revenge game.
Yeah.
Revenge game.
All right, Tennessee, Syracuse. Let's go reverse order. Corey, start us off. You said something about 75-20 earlier in the week.
Wow. An orange team will win this one.
Spoiler alert.
You're going to give the orange to both.
Yeah. I think Tennessee wins 34-17. I think it's 34-10, and Syracuse scores late touchdown because we're just grinding them away. I think we're going to have a good defense this year, led by my hometown, the hometown hero, Arian Carter from my hometown, Smyrna, Tennessee.
What was the number one more time?
34-17.
34-17.
I'm jotting this down for posterity.
Tennessee wins in Atlanta. We paint the town orange, the right kind.
That's right.
And then, we take it home. I think we win. I think we win big.
I'm not too far off from you. I was thinking 28 or 31-10. Who is Syracuse quarterback? He's a transfer, right?
Great question.
He's a name. He came from Notre Dame, didn't he?
And what's his like winning percentage at neutral sites?
Steve Angeli.
Steve Angeli. That's it. Thank you.
Steve Angeli.
And I think he was one of the ones who was in the running or kind of talked of for
Tennessee.
Yeah. So I think that'll be an interesting dynamic. But I think, Tennessee will take it. I'll say 31-10. That'll be my final put.
31-10. Okay.
All right.
Andrew?
I've got 31-14 actually.
31-14. Okay. So we are all like
right
two scores, right? Like 17 points, right?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I think that
watch us get blown out.
That would be brutal.
I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
I'm really hoping what happens is, the defense just nothing's changed. We're back. This is the definition of Tennessee football. Is just very good. Elite defense.
Yeah, defense is going to be good this year. It's all about offense. I think again,
that's the question mark.
The problem has not been the scheme. The scheme has been great. It's just you got to hit a couple deep balls, right? If we hit a couple deep balls, look out.
Well, I think and part of that is the rhythm. Like I don't feel like we've seen Heupel's offense function with the rhythm that he's like orchestrated it to the last couple of years. I don't think Nico could do it very well, and I don't think Joe Milton could do it very well. I think Hendon Hooker was a good fit for it, but I'm hoping Joey Aguilar, because I think that his play style is a little closer to what Hendon Hooker's was.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that there is some rhythm and chemistry that can be developed in the way that Hype calls it and he plays it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they're at the same time. So
you'll be watching.
They are back and right, picture in picture.
I thought the Tennessee Syracuse game was a little later.
No, it's at noon. Have you seen these guys who like get multiple TVs and they're just watching multiple games throughout the day?
No.
So for this year, we're getting a projector and putting it on our back porch. We're going to watch some football. We're not going to do multiple games, but we'll be enjoying it. So, anyways.
It's fun.
Well, man, what an exciting time of the year. I know that you guys are looking forward to the football season. I'm looking forward to the football season, and maybe we can talk about the standard deviation of our football predictions. What's the beta on that? But
gonna be some volatility this year, probably.
That's right. Well, thank you guys so much for entertaining our sports musings. I hope you guys have a great beginning of the fall.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Sojourn Wealth Management Podcast. This is a friendly reminder that all content in this podcast is intended for educational purposes alone. Nothing in this episode should be treated as tax, legal, or investment advice. We encourage you to consult your financial professional for any of those needs. The securities offered through Kestra Investment Services, LLC, Kestra IS, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Kestra Advisory Services, LLC, Kestra AS, an affiliate of Kestra IS. Kestra IS or Kestra AS are not affiliated with Sojourn Wealth Management, LLC.